Welcome back to yet another episode of IELTS Writing Tips. Today we are going to discuss this topic. Wealthy nations should assist poorer countries with humanitarian relief during natural disasters. Do you agree or disagree? When you get a topic like this, you have the option to either agree or disagree. If you agree with the given argument, the whole of your essay should explain why you agree. Here are some points you can include. Wealthy nations have the financial means to support. When a section of humanity is suffering due to events beyond our control, those who are capable of helping have a moral obligation. By helping poorer countries during such times, the wealthy nations can prevent refugee problems in their own countries. Also, in a highly globalized world, problems affecting one country are unlikely to remain localized for long. For example, epidemics can break out after a disaster and infections can travel to other countries. Elaborate on these points in your essay. You should write 4 paragraphs. That means your essay should have an introduction, 2 body paragraphs and a conclusion. Discuss one main point in one body paragraph. I just mentioned some of the points you can include. You can also come up with any other convincing points of your own. In the conclusion, restate the main points. You can also disagree and claim that rich nations do not have to help. However, if you take this stand, you may find it difficult to come up with convincing arguments. Here are some points you can include. Poor nations too have a government to take care of their problems. You can argue this. You can also write that rich nations have their own problems to solve. Elaborate on these points. In the conclusion, restate the main points. Do not introduce any new ideas in the conclusion. Here is a band 7.5 essay on this topic written by one of my students. As you can see, it's a nice essay. In the introduction, the student paraphrased the given question in his own words. He has also expressed a clear opinion. Language needs some improvement, but it's okay. For example, the phrase physical well-being of both countries don't quite sound right. In the first body paragraph, the student has mentioned a compelling reason for rich nations to help. Rather than talking about moral obligations, he wrote about how rich countries can protect their business interests by offering help to poor nations coping with natural calamities. There are some grammar mistakes. For example, the to after contribute is actually a preposition. The student wrote a to infinitive after contribute. After a preposition to, you need an ing form. That means you should write may contribute to minimizing, not contribute. There are some other mistakes too, but none of them are too serious. In the second body paragraph, the student has mentioned another reason for rich countries to support. He wrote about the possibility of deadly infections traveling from disaster-hit countries to other nations. He also explained how by offering medical assistance, by offering subsidized medical supplies and by sending medical teams to disaster-hit regions, wealthy nations can protect their own people as well. So we can see that the student has used convincing ideas. In the first body paragraph, he explained how by offering poor countries rich nations can benefit themselves. In the second paragraph also he wrote about how they can protect their own citizens from deadly infections by offering medical support to countries coping with a natural disaster. In the conclusion, he rewrote the main points. You can read a band 9 essay on this topic on my blog. I will give the link in the description. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. If you like it, like, share and subscribe.